Welcome
Oh.
everybody. Oh,
Sorry about last week being missing the show. We had a lot of shit going on with getting Brave Newbies up and running.
Well, did you get Brave Newbies up? Are the newbies up? Are they ready to go? Are they happy newbies?
They are. Now we have newbies actually shit posting on Reddit.
you're cutting out. It's starting. You're starting.
It started instantly. Yeah, that. Oh, now I see what you guys are talking about. That is.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Because I've only ever experienced this from somebody who's watching, being like, "What are you guys complaining about him cutting out for? Stop! Just do the goddamn show."
So it's cutting out.
I was cutting. Yeah, you were cutting out.
We've heard it once. We could tell you every time it happens, or we could just be like, okay, let's play the game of guessing, and we will pretend what Voltel said.
Oh. Well, the viewers will probably be the ones who tell us.
Isn't that normal?
Yeah, you seem pretty normal until you don't.
As always.
Yeah, that's the joy with audio bugs. You're good until you're not.
Yeah. And then you, in the worst case, you can't even hear that you're not because nobody's able to tell you. Oh, great.
Yeah, last week the audience definitely trolled me. I had no audio for like 15 seconds and nobody said anything, and I was the one to find it. And they're like, "Oh, he finally found out that he wasn't saying anything. That's good. Good job, Shozen." The joys of live.
So this last week in Black Zone, holy shit! Like
Yeah, we had Launchpad just fucking explode at this point.
Yeah, so that actually went on to Reddit today or yesterday about the whole, like, I guess they backstabbed us. I wasn't gonna say anything, but now it's on Reddit. And then I guess they cooed Juan, and then it exploded and imploded, and they had a big falling out with Sauce. I'm not quite sure what all happened.
Hey, Luxury.
Does anybody have some...
Welcome back. Let me update the map.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody
I
have,
would say congratulations on Scree side then.
Oh, you got Scree side?
Yeah, they took Scree sides.
For free!
Nice.
Not for
Hey,
free, though.
Hey, I have to say, even though we got absolutely helicopter dicked, we fucking showed up to play our GBG. That's I gotta say.
But we were not prepared.
They showed as well. But
Oh, okay, good. But they got a helicopter dick too, I guess.
Yeah.
How quickly you were back.
So,
Oh,
so let
man.
me ask, like, taking into account you had like all the DPS in that GBG we brought. Being
You're
like,
cutting out again.
God damn it, really?
Yeah, I have no
Taking
idea.
into account
Take extra
DPS and then
account.
you cut out.
I heard D. You got way more than I did. You got a PS.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now?
We're gonna have to get you voice meter banana. Don't worry about it. I'll hook you up after the show.
Awesome. No, I was just asking who did better, the guys you guys just faced or us?
the guys we just
I bet 'em.
faced,
Yeah.
they, you know, they didn't have the sword gear after joining in the GVG.
Hey, that was a learning
Also,
experience.
Of course.
Also, unlike me, they were wearing capes.
You didn't wear a cape.
I forgot to put one on.
That's
Hell,
okay.
Shozen, they
yeah.
feeded 60 omelets into one death.
Oh my god. Were
For
they
days.
like 0.1 omelets or something too? On top of
No,
that?
no,
Oh, just
no,
regular.
it's
Okay.
just- yeah.
So they're super good GVGers in that they're GVGing with regular omelets. Okay, I get it.
No, I'm also GVDing with regular omelets.
Oh, you are a scrub. Stop that. You're costing me money. Go
This
buy
is,
the.
this is
the 0.1.
Anglia, man. This is 0.0 country.
Oh god, I keep forgetting that Zorn is Anglia. But don't
On
worry.
the other hand,
I've got it on good authority. Zorn will get a home plot.
Of course, Shozen. The meme starting again?
Hey, the old
no,
ones are the best
just-
ones.
Just
literally.
threaten to take done regulars from Tortha or something. I'll not let that meme go since you told me about that. I'm not letting that go.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah.
I guess-
Congratulations on Scree sides.
No, but back to the launchpad stuff. I guess they've kind of imploded. Juan's no longer the GM. He's no longer in launchpad. Do you know anything more about that, Shozen?
Well, what I know about Launchpad is that they got scammed last
No.
week or something.
Oh,
And they took a kind of a hit. I think their main team is still kind of playing, but it's kind of split. They're still trying to defend their territories, but they switched to Daddy Lines now and moving somewhere else as they don't want to be the solo girl around here and just, fight against bigger alliances.
So now that Juan's been cooed, who's running
I
Launchpad?
don't know they so well. I just know it's like apples.
yeah. I
this
think it's
one?
apples, right?
I know apples.
In-
But I don't even know his in-game tag, so.
I think it's Queek or Queef or I don't know.
Queef is probably something different. That sounds like a bannable name.
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
have
go
the
with-
authority with us.
I'm not involved in player discipline. I'm just saying I've seen worse.
Oh. I mean, we have Coctimus Prime in our guild, which is just hands down the
a
fucking.
fantastic name.
Yeah,
a
that's hands
fantastic
down the
name.
best name I've ever seen in this game. But yeah, it's probably Queek with double E or
Queek.
something,
Yeah, Queek. I think that's it.
and without a C.
I have no idea who that is.
I think
Probably
it's
apples.
It's apples.
Doesn't really matter anyways.
Yeah, they sold their shit to, I think, Aggressor, partly even. And whoever the fuck Elaris is.
That's Shelfie and his gang. Bobblers and Snow, so.
Oh, okay.
Is Snow back?
I don't know if this is Snow's. I don't think so because that's the Russian team from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have as much info about them, but they just appeared here again, and we had to fight against them. We didn't fight them in GVG yet, but in scrims in Hellgate, so we're gonna attack them soon, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that another guild of your alliance is launching on Aggressor and probably taking that today.
Yeah, let's see.
But yeah, McDonald's has been also snacking up 2 territories and is trying to get the 3rd from Launchpad right now. They're taking the 2nd one in Long Jam Fen and also took Craig Thirst Quarry, I think on a Retaliate. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it was a Retaliate. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to Launchpad. Just imploded and got cooed and shit.
And everyone's attacking them, so.
Well,
Oh,
actually, I also wanted to bring up something that happened because you actually covered this, I think, Shozen a little bit on your show. There was a shit post on Reddit like 4 or 5 days ago about Oops supposedly using a exploit.
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay, so it's a shit post.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, here's the thing. It's not. Some people didn't know that it wasn't real. Like, so what happens is you have Mad and Bad leave Oops legitimately, and then attack them in Northern Mercia legitimately. But this is a tactic that people have seen Oops use time and time again to deny attacks. Because what it did was it denied an attack by 1PG. 1PG couldn't attack that tower. Now 1PG has a much better shot of defeating Money Guild than Mad and Bad. Now Mad and Bad, people thought this is just bullshit. They're not really dropping Alliance. They're just doing it as part of this game so that Oops can get away with, blocking a tower. But it turns out that it was a legit drop. They dropped Alliance for reals. They went and attacked their former ally for reals, and then they got beaten for reals. So it wasn't fake. It wasn't like an exploit.
Gotcha. Well, it's a pretty well laid out shit post with 86 comments and 32 upvotes. So I was actually going to talk about it during the Reddit roundup, but
Well, I mean, you can go over it if you like. I mean, it's not. The thing is people jump to conclusions, and I think that's what you can say here. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, it does reek. It stinks. It smells of something bad. But the more I looked into it, the more I heard about it, the more Oops people I talked to. Lupac pretty much confirmed it's absolutely not a a fake attack in an effort to block a tower. It was much more legit than that. Whether it's a legit long-term beef, who knows? But enough for the benefit of the doubt, right? Like,
Other than that, I mean, Anglia has been pretty quiet. I mean, Launchpad kind of dissolved and then went to Daddy, and then we had. So what's going on with Cumbria? I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot going there.
well, Cumbria. I mean, if you look at it right now, June's gone in there and done work. Like June owns half of it right now. The other half goes to Money Guild. But one of the things that did happen, if you look over what June really does own, you got to go look up at the shaded northeast corner there. I believe it's Shaded Grove. Not in game right now. Just going off of memory. But they took that corner and went through all the forests and on their way to Mercia. Now the question is, do they? I don't know. It's been a few days since I looked. Now they could have gone through into Mercia and gotten past 1 PG. Actually, hold on. Let me hit up some buttons and make sure I can just bring up the map. How about that?
They're attacking Elmwood right now. They have their foot in the door already. They're in Ashwood. They hold the Ashwood territory and have an attack launched on Elmwood on a portal zone in Mercia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be going around Taproot, because that was the thing. Are they going to go through Taproot or are they going to go through Elmwood? That was the question.
They're making the, at least in the moment, smarter choice.
Now, last week they had Craigdale down. If you go south into Mercia, they were able to hold both those towers for a little while, but it looks like since Friday they did lose them both. So Money Guild making some good weekend plays, maybe a little more active.
And Aggressor lost all their shit. Like, Aggressor held everything, like held complete southwestern Cumbria.
Yeah,
like,
it's all gone.
Pennine, and Money Guild just took all that shit away.
Well, Aggressor's going through an unusual situation right now. I mean, like, you do know about the post from Skuzkabel, right?
Yeah, didn't he like post he was like leaving because nobody shows up and does shit?
And then he was convinced to stay. So it's exactly, he got a bunch of emotional support from his guild mates to stay, continue doing the thing that you're doing. We will back you up better than we have been. But in the same vein, we've now seen, Aggressor get wiped off the map.
Yeah.
How good can things possibly be? But the thing that I was trying to say up there, if you go up in the northeast corner, you go to Shaded Grove there, that was CIR's last plot.
Yeah.
Oh, so hold
CIR
on.
is
CIR
gone.
lost Shaded Grove.
Yes,
They didn't
did.
even show. It's like they lost the last 3 home plots they had. Like, people ask what the definition of a dead guild is. A dead guild is a guild that doesn't even hire mercs to defend their last home plot when they had 3 of them, lose all 3 to no shows. Dead guild. Like,
but who was
come
going
on.
after? Who was going after him though?
Everybody. It was Money Guild. It was
I think it was June. June took all 3.
June took all 3. I thought Money Guild hit. No, Money Guild hit some plots, like in southern Glauvia, I think is what they did.
Yeah.
But
because they didn't want June to take them,
June
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it was June came right at their throats right after, after they left. There was legit beef. They decided to follow up on it with attacking all their plots and making them not only, gone, like irrelevant, but gone. Like they're not on the map anymore.
By the way, if you ever want to doubt Daddy's open world prowess, like, they hold a fucking major castle in Heart of the Forest, in the heart, or pretty much the heart of Mercia. Holy shit! I just saw that.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah. Like, if they can go toe to toe with in the open world with all of
Easy.
those,
It's
that's
No, you're just fighting. I mean, Oops in the open world right now, if you go look at just the Torrid trial battles as just like an example of this, and you just see the numbers.
Well, didn't they go toe to toe with Arch and win?
Yeah, they did. It was kind of big news last week.
yeah.
Well, there's 2 things. They're gonna win every battle, right? But it's that over like the hour lengths of war, eventually everybody gets pushed out of Torrid, right? But last week, no, Oops was able to hold and kind of like took Torrid Trow, and I was like, holy snaps, that's kind of impressive.
Well, I mean, like, Arch usually just overwhelms people with numbers. I'm kind of surprised they didn't beat Oops.
Yeah, no, that was the deal. Like, generally they lose all their battles like seriously bad, but they end up keep bringing, and they eventually just own Torrid. But they didn't, and that was kind of impressive. And I don't know if that was
They
the
didn't
one.
bring or they didn't win.
They didn't win. Like they didn't have it.
Oh.
Like they couldn't win. Like they could not. No matter how many guys they brought, it was team casualty. Well, take care. Sorry, TC. Held firm.
I think Win still holds territories though.
Do they win?
Yeah, I
hold,
think
Win might hold
Shadows-
territories, but does CIR?
No. No.
Yes, CIR.
I just heard that they're quite active in ZVZs. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
Well, that's what they need to do. If they're gonna come back, they need to start at the bottom and get themselves to the top. Because right now that if they don't have any kind of GVG force at all, it's not even willing to show up for a 5% bonus. I mean,
If you don't have 5 people, you don't have 5 people.
yeah, but you have mercs. It's CIR. Like they're rich.
You think so?
Yes. Yes, that's definitely the case. Like, that's probably the only thing they have right now. Money. I'm not
I mean,
sure.
Hoplords in the end are kind of useless, so
Yeah, I understand.
no
That
one
was my
cares about them in the long run, anyways.
right now. Having Shaded Grove for CIR is nothing but like an albatross around their neck. It's something they can't go to and that they have to keep dealing with because it's up there in the corner of Cumbria where they're never going to be able to compete. And they had already been pushed out of their previous plots where they were competing out of it. Glauvia. I'm sorry, Siluria. And yeah, it's I don't know. I think they could do it, but it would be more of a like at this it's perceived value. Home plots in Cumbria have a perceived value. Like this is your, I feel good about it. I've got a home plot in
Don't
Cumbria.
diminish my city.
I think season points alone give more prestige than home plots at the moment.
Yes, but whole plots also they're like, yay, we have something, and they're also like a safe haven. Like it's a different play style if you live in a home plot than if you live in territories. You don't have to strip your gear every time the boxes hold more. You have
Is
the
there
options
actually
to
any
put up
guild living
chests.
in a home plot at the moment?
Well,
I
we
don't
are.
know anyone
But
Yeah.
But no,
actually
I don't know if
playing
there's
seriously out of home plot.
Like Conflict lives out of its home plot, and Funstealer yells at us no longer me, but yells at the other members of Conflict every day for not grinding and gathering and doing all their shit out of it. Like if you don't craft out of it, he lets you know that you should be in Sunlit, making sure that's where you craft, because otherwise you're paying taxes. But that, now it's like 19% down in Carleon. So who gives a shit about the taxes in Carleon right now?
yeah.
I think we wanted to get to the interview with the man of the hour here, Shozen. I know Shozen, you've mentioned a few times about him, so that's why I wanted you here, because you always talk about Zorn very fondly.
Yeah, I like them. I like to make fun of them.
Wow.
Would you like to do the honors, sir?
No, you. I've already interviewed this guy like 3 times. I've had a lot of time with Lugsy. I mean, I'll pipe in and make fun of the guy, but that's like Lugsy. What don't I know about you now? The only thing I'd be like, Lugsy, what has happened in the last 6 months, and why are you here? How did a guy who walked away from the game find reason to come back and then once again lead the men into ownership of territory in Anglia, much farther east than you have ever been seen before?
I've been always lurking around the game, and I quit after the hardcore expedition meter,
Mhm.
because it was very frustrating for my community and me. And I actually got back because of the community. They asked me to get back into it and let's try if we can get something together again. And I guess here we are. We've been playing a lot over the past is it 4 months, 5 months, I guess. Yeah.
That's how long you've been back? 5 months?
Yeah, you're not very good on the news, man.
No, well, I mean, I saw you. I guess I did. Now,
Shit.
when I just look back, I
Wow.
would have to say it was quite a while ago that I was like, holy shit, is that Lugsy there in an Invasion Day battle? But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know it was 6 months.
Yeah, we've been whispering for you for quite a while.
Oh, you have been? I guess I have you all on
I mean,
block
guys
because
in general.
okay, yeah, no,
We're
it was
always shouting out my name, and oh my god, it's Luxy back, and 1 month later, oh my god, it's Luxy back. So
Maybe we should have it. We should have Shozen get a checkup or something.
oh, I do. I have a
That
great picture
looks
of
like
me.
early signs of dementia to me.
Oh, I've been checked. Oh yeah, yeah.
Your
Brain
mom had
damage
you
is real.
tested?
No, my wife did.
Oh, okay.
I don't live with my mom anymore. She lives next door.
I was just quoting How I Met Your Mother there. Like, I'm not crazy. My mom had me tested.
Oh,
But the viewers also want to have you a question, ask you a question, and even if I know the answer, pretty sure, I'm just gonna ask it anyway. Will your guild join Source in the future?
I don't know if you know our history very well, but we've been in Source, and it's definitely the troll question. So we've been in Source for I think it was 6 or 7 days, or maybe more or less. It was before the season, and yeah, it was kind of one of the best decisions we could have ever made by just
What, joining or
quitting
leaving?
it, by leaving. You know, it's just too big. It's. I mean, Geeka is doing a good job organizing the war camps, but overall, it's just if you just invite players to an alliance, uh, instead of first of all working on the overall quality of your players, just to get to what you want to achieve, you're not gonna have a very long lasting project. It's just too exhausting, leading in a big alliance. The only people that can do it in the long run is basically Derek and Mojo.
Interesting, to be fair. Because I honestly didn't knew that, like, that you had passed with Source, like being with them. But yeah, I already knew that you are like fight the big alliances,
Yeah,
which
what we
is
did, we were in an alliance with Phrasing right before this season started,
Mhm.
and Phrasing wanted to merge with Sauce. They merged the alliance. I don't know if you remember that. Back then was I think BBM and I don't know, Gang, Anglia Gang was the name of that alliance from Contingent and U12, and they merged. And we
Mhm.
joined in to see, you know, how, if it might work out or not. And yeah, to be fair, I wasn't very convinced because I've had big alliances in the past, and they've always kind of led to the decline of especially my own community of Zorn, because that's definitely not the place that we would like to embrace, by just running over people with bigger numbers all the time. Uh yeah, it's all for the content basically, and I think it was one of the best decisions we could have done, because after we quit we had a fight every day this season against Sauce, an open world on the war camps, and it was amazing. You know, we've had we started out solo and joined then Phono in the longer run. Yeah, and it was working out great. We've having battles against them in like 40 versus 120. We posted those on Reddit.
Oh damn! Yeah, I
We
saw
lost
that.
some, we won some, and I mean, it was overall, I guess, good sportsmanship against them, and I liked to fight Sauce.
Yeah,
excellent.
you've been trading blows with Launchpad, I think, for weeks, haven't you? Like until
Yeah,
they folded.
we have. But that's another story, I guess. Launchpad was kind of the only one on the EU time zone. GVGing is against us, and yeah, we didn't crack their main team yet, so that's why you don't see a lot of territories on our side of the map. But I guess with Launchpad imploding or moving elsewhere, this is gonna change in a bit.
Okay. What's your view of the phrasing GVG team? Because those are pretty much the people who hold the territories in the area you're operating right now, which is southwestern Anglia at this point. How do you view their GVG teams?
Phrasing's mainly an A guild from what I've seen and know from them, and yeah, most of their AU teams are either pucks that are kind of mergers with some of their NA members from the team and some EU members. So depending on the day, they can field a very strong team or no team at all.
Oh, okay.
That's what I kind of know about it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to have a GVG against them, I guess, but we'll see when that's happening.
Interesting. Shozen,
Yes.
any questions?
Yeah, because you were just talking about how you were going these 40 versus 120 battles. Are you aware of the idea of this battle confusion that's been discussed?
Battle confusion
Yeah, one of the new mechanic that's been discussed recently. I know.
with the debuff for bigger sized blobs, or
Yes.
yeah.
Are you looking forward to that and like the new style of more ZVZ centered play, or is that something that you're not really concerned about because you already do the GVGs well?
It's a two-sided blade because it kind of scares off the guys in my guild that really love the 5v5 content, and I'd actually like to keep playing with them. So that depends, because some of my guys really hate ZVZ, and there's a lot of guys who really love the ZVZ. So I myself, I'm actually looking forward to the changes, because Albion has been the same for 5 to 6 years now, kind of,
Yeah,
from
a long
a
time.
basic gameplay perspective.
It's a really groundbreaking change at this point to make
I
like
mean,
the whole
yeah,
they're working over the whole territory control.
Well,
That's-
to me, it's like it's 2 points because I feel like right now with territory control being the main way to GVG, there's just not enough GVGs with the consolidated timers, with everything that's going on. Especially very many important GVGs like that really matter for anything valuable. And I'm hoping that at least once a week now with the changes to the Crystal League, we'll
the
see
levels.
something that actually looks like a spectator sport again. Like if you watch how many, like you see how many people like go to watch a home plot fight or a city fight compared to who goes to see a Heart of the Forest fight. It's drastically different. And
I mean, it's one of the best zones in the game, but
yeah, but it's
who
still
gives a
not
fuck at this point.
right. The back and forth on it, it's not. It can be lost
taken
today, it
today
can
and
be
then
taken
taken
tomorrow
again.
and go back, and and it's very fluctuant. So like people don't really like look at it as a big deal anymore. So they'll tune in if it's live and it's on. Some people tune in, but you have like a Carleone fight, and that's we have 1,500 people would tune in to watch that live with like a day's notice when there's just okay, this is happening now. But if we have like a full week's notice that that the two best GVG teams in the game are going to be fighting this Saturday at 18 UTC with a shit ton of value on the line, that might be a cool thing. Yeah, like it might draw people in to come check that shit out. Like it might be okay, I'm down. I know I'm going to see a banger. These guys are bringing the 8.3. It's not going to be, a chintzy battle. They're going to fight as hard as they can. And I'm looking forward to that. That's where I'm looking forward to something. The idea that some towers will suddenly become way more valuable than others because the teams who raise those towers have done so much work. It'll be interesting to see how those alliances and guilds go to defend those towers. Like, is it an all the time thing? Is it like, do they have to have their ear to the ground in a new way to understand where the armies of the enemies are moving around on the map to prepare for these towers and shit?
The thing is, we'll have to see how the system pans out, doesn't it?
Right. No. Yeah. It's all up in the air right now. We have no idea. We have no idea. But breaking news: Shozen was wrong, and it's coming in one patch. Boom.
Oh God! everybody, prepare! Sound the sirens.
I said the wrong word. Content update. It's not a patch. I've been told to stop saying the word
Breaking
patch.
leaks. Breaking leaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
What
Breaking news for you.
what they
Said it here
pretty much
first.
what they teased on anyways was that the higher the level of a territory is, the harder it is to take at all. So you pretty much have to do a multi-front strike at that point. You have to pretty much beat the team and then bring the ZVZ if you want to take it the easiest way. But if you don't have a team that can beat theirs, you can just bring like the hugest ZVZ you can bring. So that will make it very interesting because you have multiple ways to take a territory.
Yeah,
You can
but I
either
think the
weaken it.
changes with the debuff for Zerg, that's gonna be great.
Well, the debuff combined with the smart cluster Q, like
I don't know about that Q. It sounds very strange and it will be very hard to understand for most of the people. And-
hey, is it gonna be harder to understand than retaliate?
You know, the retaliate thingy only matters for 10, 20 people, so
Yeah, but
that's the point, you know.
yeah. Well, hopefully having this matter will make it better for the 700 people that it affects, or 7,000 or 70,000 people that it ends up affecting in the end. Because right now, when zones are blocked, it just sucks. That's all there is to it. And if there's a smart way, and they call it the smart cluster queue. Yeah, I had an idea that I thought would work for this. I'm glad that they found something else that was more complicated than the one they had originally come up with. But I want to see how this works in the end. I'm intrigued.
What makes
Definitely.
this? Oh, sorry. Luxury, go on.
No, I was just agreeing.
Okay. What is the most interesting part for me is pretty much that it puts the whole system on the head, because it used to be the case that the whole guild was supplying 5 people that pretty much were fighting for the territories. Now it's pretty much the opposite way. Those 5 people are taking care of the whole guild by raising the tower that in that territory. So they, instead of everybody profiting, making them profit, they make everybody else profit with their own combat prowess.
Well, they still have to also, fund that team. That doesn't go away, so it becomes more symbiotic. Like
it's a give and take
of that one group are more effective now. Like, yes, when you were able to take a tower, it is beneficial for everybody in that guild. But a lot of guilds, like, they have very specific people who are allowed to gather inside the territory.
Well, I think it's more like
so?
the symbiotic relationship between jocks and nerds, right? The nerds are doing the homework, and now the nerds are going to get paid, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's beneficial for the entire guild. Like, whether or not they had even the system of having ZVZs take over towers, this idea of the Crystal League and towers getting better is good. It's just good. That having the Crystal League affect the towers, so the towers themselves actually affect the entire zone, that is something that I've been begging for a very long time, and I'm thrilled to see that it's going on.
The
Sorry,
thing I look forward to seeing is pretty much that it just follows the natural course of the league. Like it's always the same process. Every month is to say every month after reset, it's the same process. Reset throws everything together. Then you have like your 1 to 2 weeks where things calm down, where like new territories get usually like the territories from the ZVZ alliances without really good GVG guilds get taken back by the GVG heavy weak ZVZ alliances, etc., and it all stabilizes, and then you have like 2 weeks of nothing. And I think these, even if that stays the same, like you have a week of like turmoil and then a bit more stabilization after reset, you'll have like, because the towers have to be raised, like the first 3 days will not be very interesting. Like the level 1 to 6, nobody probably will care for these battles. But everything 7+, those will be the battles where people will tune in. and those will happen pretty much in the time that now is the boring part of the reset phase. And that will pretty much keep people more interested and more into the game than what it is now. Because if you look at the charts, it's always like reset day, and then it's like slow fall off. Reset day, slow fall off.
Mhm.
And I think it will keep people more interested, and it will pretty much it will still be the same structure, but the drop will not be as deep as it is right now, and will just keep people more motivated and more keen on following the game, see what's happening in the game, look at tower levels, just look at the map and see like, oh, level 8 tower, holy shit, etc., etc. It's just emergent gameplay in that regard.
Yeah, I think that it would be good to fill up the downtime in the season. I think that part of the problem with the current system is that once a GVG team gets into its daily flow, like in a season, the rest of the guild doesn't feel as involved. They feel less involved because it gets to be an almost autopilot for some GVG teams. You either know who you already know who you can beat, you know who you can't, you know what you have to do when you can beat them, what you got to do when you can't. The rest of the team knows just basically they're on autopilot to do war camps and whatever. If you can mix it up a bit by really allowing two things. One, to make it a scaling event all through the entire season where there's at the end of the week, it's always higher stakes because that's the Crystal League every week. That's going to be higher stakes, basically. The combine that with the idea that these towers, as they become more valuable to your guild and alliance, the ZVZs around them are going to become more brutal. Like it's not going to be an ebb and flow between every invasion day. It'll just I feel like it's going to ramp up because shit's just going to get more valuable and stuff.
I think that you're right with that, absolutely. Mostly because it will pretty much turn the whole game into a weekend game. Like during the week, there's just like this build up, and then on the weekend, there's this big fireworks, which is also good because more people have time on the weekend to play.
Well, I hope they do, but I don't know. I wouldn't say the whole. I think it'll become more of a viewership game on the weekends. You know what I mean? Like for like that's where the viewership will tune in. That like for those events that you don't participate in. Like if you're not a GVGer, right? Suddenly GVGs take a different kind of relevance to a larger portion of the world, I hope, because now it's not only just to defend your guild's territory, it's you can literally tune in every week to watch a league of guys to see who's the best. And that's where I'm wondering, how much content can I provide for you guys on a weekend? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna have to like have Albi on TV, A, B, and C?
They actually
like-
think so many players, so many GVGs would like that idea. I mean, if you want to compete for being the best, you just go and play some MOBAs who have way better gameplay in that regard for ranking and ladders and stuff. So I think
Well-
most GVGs are playing this game to actually have that territorial,
Flag on the map.
gain and have that, I guess, feel of accomplishment in that regard.
Hmm.
Defending their bodies, they're trying to get their bodies some sort of place where they can stay, and also having a lot of guilds pretty much humble their GVG teams, that's why we have, that's where most GVGs were coming from when they announced the ZVZ changes.
No,
So,
I understand that one. I know it's going to be
me, for example, I probably won't be competing in that Crystal League
no.
because it sounds boring as fuck to me.
Well, I hope that you reconsider and that the rewards for it become
But,
something that you think
yeah,
are
it depends. It
worth
depends
going
on
for.
rewards, of course. There was some suggestions where the reward would be getting some sort of buff or some sort of location or whatever in that stuff, where you could be there that would affect your gameplay,
Yeah, it would affect your tower.
affect your towers and stuff. But I don't know. Overall, just for the ranking and stuff, that's not where I would be.
Well, no, I
going
think
for.
for the viewer, the ranking is more important. But
Yeah,
for
of
the
course.
player themselves, the accomplishment of the tower and the rewards. Because say you get to a level 7 the level 7 is the reward wise is all those 150,000 tokens that it takes to get to a level 7 tower turned into rewards, basically.
Yeah, but I kind of want to touch on this. Misty just piped up in chat and said that she won't be competing in it. But this is a sandbox game where you build empires, right? This isn't a fucking MOBA. Like, you can't like Lugsy saying it's about getting your flag on the map, building an empire, building a community, not playing some fucking stupid ass MOBA.
No, I hear you. And for people who want to build empires, the ability to have a way to increase the strength of their empire through the towers, because that's what you're going to be doing, is really increasing the strength of your inner territories.
And to be honest, in the end, very down to the bottom, it's gonna be a dick swinging contest, no matter what. Like, we have the tallest tower, pretty much.
All right,
That's
but
what
if you
people-
compare it to something else, you know, it's a huge, bigger, I guess, contest. For example, in the world, when you say I have the strongest force that I can put on the map instead of I have that strong 5-man squad. You know, that 5-man squad won't be able to defeat the 300 whatever blue army or take care is bringing. So
But maybe those 5 guys will be strong enough to buff the boss in the territory that's guarding the territory strong enough so those 300
yeah,
will to die miserably to whatever
But
flame tornadoes or
still
something.
nothing confirmed in that regard. I won't spend much thinking in that. You know, I'm really waiting for. I don't actually involve myself much in these changing discussions at the moment because it's a lot of going around in circuits. You know, a lot of people don't like it because that's not the game they started to play. I think it will be healthier for the game in general because the overall population will be more involved. But it really all comes down to what's the Crystal League gonna do and what's actually, you know, if they actually make the open world better or worse, you know, with
Well,
the
Well, that's exactly
upcoming
what it comes
mechanics.
down to. Are the rewards good enough? And Robin is going to be able to make changes until it goes live, and even at that, they'll be able to do iterative changes on the mechanics. So
Yeah, I already I know that this is a phase 1 of at least 3 phases, and
Oh, life leaks. Hello.
no, this is just this
you
is
guys
like,
heard it here, live leaks.
Yeah, you know, like with like random dungeons. Random dungeons was 3 phases. You got your random dungeon phase 1, your solo phase 2, and now you're gonna get
Resource dungeons.
raid dungeons.
Oh.
Random raid dungeons are coming out, and that's sooner rather than later. You're going to, you know, the league has to evolve, and it has to take over for a lot of things that are going away. So as everything, it's going to start out in a simpler form and then probably evolve over time. It's gonna be interesting to see how big it gets. I don't know, but I know that Robin has plans to make it pretty in depth over time. I mean, he really likes this new map and how it's going to be allowing us to change the focus of the game to get more people involved in the territory battles. And that's the political battles in this game are huge. If you can get people involved in that.
Do we know how big compared to now the Black Zone will be in the end?
Similar.
Okay, so a similar amount of territories.
Yes, but this will be different in a way. One of the things they talked about, and I don't know.
Wasn't it
sure
like
if this-
quadrupling the size of the zone?
Oh, each zone itself?
Yes, like making it twice in the sides twice as long. So like
I
4
don't
times
know. I'm under the impression they might even be a variety of sizes.
Ooh, that would be fucking
well,
interesting.
they already
like,
are.
I think the
They
only
already
one that's
are.
smaller
Like-
is Enos Mons or something. Enos
Yeah,
Mons.
Yeah, I've been leaked a couple screenshots of the map, and it's interesting. I mean, we'll see what it changes.
Yeah.
You know, if it
Like,
stays the
I
way it
can't-
is. But
I can't confirm or deny anything because everything I've seen is concepts. You know, like it doesn't matter. I could be completely wrong, even though they're like different sizes. And what I'm seeing, they could still be literally the same size. So I don't know if
Shozen,
that's true.
tell them to give me back my hollow soul and hollow heart
Hmm?
from the betas. That's the zones we are craving
As a
for.
non-beta player, I want to ask, what the fuck?
Well, in the betas you had a different map layout.
Mhm.
It also had those raid zones that you have right now, which is kind of like
Carpet of Bones,
circling
etc.
of witches, etc. Circling of witches, carpet of bones, and the respite, blah blah blah. And back in the day, there were 2 of those zones in T8, and they were heavily farmed and contested because it was worth it to fame those. It
Yeah.
was the only place where you could actually also level your T8 gear, and
Big changes to that.
the map layout was way better. It was just so good. The whole, I don't know, stronghold. You have to look it up in old beta videos when there's CVZs like 20v20 on
Well,
those.
that's where I would say, okay, so like in the new map, it has it's the center circle. The center of the circle is the highest contested zones, not only where the highest resources are, but also the most contested areas. And it's designed in, from what I understand, as a way to get you, the people who, players in alliances and guilds that have huge numbers of players in there to fight over it, and they'll want to go there. And that is, to me, the thing that will help keep the rest of the world safe. Like, they're all worried about, oh my God, how am I going to possibly be able to defend myself from 3,000 players coming through my zone? I only have 60. Well,
They
they
won't
might
care
be
about
busy.
your fucking
Yeah,
zone.
they don't care. Like, there's something way more valuable for them. And this is before Avalon even hits. So when Avalon hits, I imagine that the even more so will you see a concentration of the highest tier groups trying to fight in the center. And for the first time, I think we'll see something that makes people want to go, okay, how do I get there? Like, what sacrifices do I need to make? Shit, you mean I actually have to join an alliance that's actually competitive? Fuck me. Maybe you do. Because in real wars, numbers matter. They actually do. Nobody wants to fucking fight China. They got 1 billion freaking troops, man. Nobody wants to do it.
Well, it's like Germany going into Russia. I mean, Russians won by numbers, attrition.
We killed like 20 million of them and still lost.
Speaking of German,
It's like a quarter of the population now.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, speaking about German, I was actually kind of surprised to find out that Zorn was a largely German community. I was hoping that you could talk about that a little bit, Lugsy, and I know Overdose and you have talked a bit in German because I know Overdose is also German. So
We exchanged secret messages. Yes.
and very bad jokes.
Yes, terrible.
German humor is bad.
It's terrible.
It's
I
no
work with
laughing
Bogle.
matter.
It's
Is there any specific questions you have about it?
I do. Is Hopla
Or
still in your guild?
Hopla is still hoppling around.
Oh fuck yeah! Tell him to message me on my GM.
Okay. Yeah, he's still the same he's been a few years ago. So
All right. Does he have mounts?
he also has mounts. Yeah.
Okay, just wondering if he's doing mounts still for like the
Yeah.
5th year in a row.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Okay, that's all the questions I have about Zorn.
Okay.
Wait, actually,
Wow.
no. One more question. Is Dobby still in Zorn?
Darby is not playing at the moment, but he's kind of in zone. Yeah.
Okay, just like it was Dobby like the only like non-German speaking guy in there. Did Dobby learn German while playing
No,
with Zorn?
we had several non-German speaking
Okay.
guys. Do you know Cersei from Money Guild?
Yes.
That's been our right hand for the most part of the release.
Oh, okay.
She's of course not German. Or do you know Bulldozer?
I not well.
Maniac Gatherer.
Yeah,
He's been
I know
gathering
of
for years.
Bulldozer.
Well, yeah, that's a Zorn guy as well, and he's
Okay.
not speaking German, but he kind of is able to communicate with us through weird noises,
Grunts
Speaking.
and
He sometimes he tries to speak in baguette, but other than that, yeah.
So yeah,
the
we've always
language of
had
the
a small
enemy, say.
percentage of international players, but for the bulk, like 95% is German speaking community.
Okay.
Do you
Is-
have contacts to other like German-speaking guilds, or are you not selecting by language?
We don't really select by language, I guess, but yeah, we have had a lot of contact with other German guilds in the past and right now. We have 2 other guilds in our alliance, Sturmfalken and Fabelhaft, and we are also cooperating with them and trying to get Fabelhaft, for example, integrated into our Zerg force, so we can have some, you know, more consistent fightings. Sometimes we cannot field more than 30 people on a bad day, so that's where other German guilds, for example, always try to jump in and then close the gap. So we have our at least 40 people parties
Okay.
for the war camps, for example. So yeah, and there's also, of course, rivalries within the German community between several guilds. We've had somewhat of a, I don't know, I would call it a rivalry with Nightmare, for example, but wasn't really a toxic rivalry. Was more of a just banter, and then I guess we fought some against each other, and in the end, everyone had their fun, I guess.
Yeah, content battle.
Content battle, if you call it like that. We're just trying to go only for content battles. My time in Oops is over. Oops is one of the alliances which just tries to not content anyone at all, from what I
Yeah,
have.
like the denial of content as content. Oh,
Well, nah, they're just trying. They just use every way they can get on top of the game.
Yeah.
That's what Derek is all about. Just he doesn't care if it's I don't know,
Fun.
not very moral or fun or whatever. He just wants to be on top of the game, so he just utilizes everything he has, be it some sort of exploits, or I mean it's in the game mechanics, but a lot of the GVG things, for example, are not intended at all.
No,
So
yeah.
you can call them exploits, and they're not directly forbidden. Really depends. And in the past, there has been, in the betas especially, when there was still a lot more bugs around, there was a lot more exploits as well. So really depends. But yeah. So how long have you been in the game, Walter, that you don't know that Zorn is a German community?
Me?
No, Walter.
What? No.
Walter's longer there than me. He's a better player at least, or maybe even alpha. Alpha? I think he was around in the alpha already. But yeah, I especially was surprised to see a German guild actually accomplishing shit.
Well,
I
Zorn's
was
been
a very pleasant surprise.
Zorn was famous actually as a German guild during, oh gosh, all the way back to Alpha, I guess.
No, some of the questions I ask are playing dumb because I gotta ask for the community. No, I know you guys. It was pretty much you guys and Red Alliance owned everything at one point. Yeah, we started on release with Nilfgaard, and then went solo for a while and had to change teams. Like we had to decide between, back then it was Exertion or Money Guild, and we went with Oops. And yeah, then kind of the game it wasn't really fun anymore, especially because of the alliance situation. Oops is a alliance which demands you to go to, like, which forces you to go to war camp and to castles every day. And back then it was way worse. I don't know if you guys remember the patch, but you had to attend mages on an hourly schedule because it buffed the GVGs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
you had to be there an hour beforehand. You
there
got like a
was
2.5% buff.
Yep. So and it was all mandatory content, and it
Was
kind
it
of
per mage?
it
Even?
was per mage. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
2.5. Yeah, because I remember like 10% being the case, and I was like, huh, 2%? Oh.
Yeah, so that's where the game really stopped making fun for us, especially with the
I'll be right
hardcore
back, guys.
expedition fame farming. That was very bad because if you have a community that's based on just involving everyone as much as possible, and then you go fame farming because that's the best way to fame farm. You join a hardcore expedition with your 4 other guys, and 1 or 2 more come in and they want to join in. They simply
Yeah,
can't.
it's,
It's
yeah.
an instance, and that's why we started getting back into the game when random dungeons actually appeared.
Mhm.
And also the scaling in Anglia is very nice. It basically allows how would you call it, like mid-scale guilds or like semi progress guilds to actually compete in a somewhat meaningful manner. Because back then, if you didn't have your 8.2 plus gear, you just didn't even have to attend to a GVG, I guess. And right now, it's just you put on your 6.1 and then just go into the launch war camp and try out a few GVGs, and it's just way more chill and way more fun than back then. Because back then you had to have a huge economy with your guild. You had to have a lot of stuff that, yeah, a lot of quality of life that you have today. And so that's what allowed us to get back into the game and actually build up the community again. We have been doing war camps these past 5 months every day, nearly every day, I guess. And that's why you are seeing those, I don't know, 40 versus 100 videos every now and then on the Reddit posted. Because if you have as much routine with the same 50 guys, you tend to wipe a lot of newer guilds or bigger forces of alliances, which are not as organized, of course.
Mm-hmm. I think the battle confusion will go a long way to helping. Like, I know some guilds similar to Zorn are concerned about their size going against these larger groups in the future. But
The
I
game
think
is
that
just not designed to have more than 200 people in a battle. It's not fun for, I
no, it's
guess,
not.
the bigger portion of the people involved. So I
I
think
mean,
it's a
it's
very good
getting
step.
better.
Yeah, but
It's getting better, but I think that more. I would like to see like variety of zone caps, like
yeah, but
certain zones that are smaller.
not only FPS or lag wise, it's just not fun if it's the only way
Right. Yeah. Running people over.
it's running people over and people getting one shot, and I don't know anyone who actually likes to get one shotted as
I
much.
think
So
one shot is going to get changed a bit except for maybe claps, like when you clap yourself on a reflect. But what is the change? The change to CC for clothies that's coming in the balance update coming up. I think
yeah,
that's going to change a lot of the people who are getting caught in that chain stun and then deleted before they can react. I mean, yeah, a lot of people need to learn that you need to drop your helms and shit before that, and you need to pay attention. And if you see a fucking tornado coming for you, hit your helm.
you don't need to think that's actually gonna you know have an effect on the open world, on a large open world, but it's still gonna be entirely the same,
Well,
maybe with a few exceptions.
the thing that gets me is why SBI hasn't taken a page of like Eve's book, where they have, for major battles, they have supernodes where they put a system or a constellation on a supernode so that more people can join the battle. And for some of these big fights that we know are coming, I'm surprised they don't have some kind of system of putting territory zone.
I don't think they
Apparently
have
got that
the
again.
means to do it. They don't have
Yeah, I
the
don't.
power. That the studio is not as big, and they don't
But
have
I
as
don't.
many.
It doesn't. It's not server. Isn't the overload here?
It's
It's that you
um,
just can't send that much
traffic.
data. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too
The
much
thing is,
communications.
there also, I think in Eve you have to have 24 hours advance, or at least some hours advance, and that is not the speed at which fight develops here. Like fights develop here like in minutes notice usually. Like there can be what one evening can be a no-show from one guild can be a 600, 700, 800 people spread out over a whole cluster.
Yeah, but like for
battle on
example,
multiple fronts the next day.
you've had Oops and Arch going over one zone for how many days now?
Yeah, for example, I personally
time.
I'm pretty sure they have, but I personally definitely would in that situation reinforce at least the war camp nodes, because those are where pretty much the heavy fighting is besides reset day. That's where pretty much the ZVZs happen. I've rarely seen ZVZs out of like big ZVZs outside of war camp zones, so I would say at least like for 17 to 1900 and from 0 to 200 server time, just have the war camps reinforced with like supernodes or something.
Well, I know their intent is to increase the size and quality of the battles. I do know that because that's a conversation I had with Korn a while ago. That they definitely
Yeah,
want
but
to get
that
to those
can't
huge
be-
battles.
But that can't be done right now with more servers. That's all backside code and making it just more efficient, making the database more efficient.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get into the super nerd side of it, but it's definitely something. If they want to see these huge battles happen, which it seems like they do, because they're definitely not against alliances and that type of stuff. They really needed to, kind of get that going.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when most of the, territory and zone and war camp and all that stuff is going to be now all about N+1 mechanics and not GVGs, right?
Also, hey Juan,
Hello,
Yeah,
Juan.
what's up?
I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
No, it's fine. It's Juan.
Juan.
So I know you chatted a little bit to me. We chatted a little bit on the stream earlier about what happened with Launchpad, and now it's on Reddit. I guess one of the leadership from Sauce kind of dumped that you got screwed over by somebody, and then Launchpad got, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of drama around Launchpad, so I was kind of curious if we could hear straight from the horse's mouth what the hell happened.
Yeah, sure. So let me start. Like a few months ago, we decided to, we were first a bunch of Hellgate people, right? Who just were playing Hellgates 24/7, and we wanted to get into GVGing, but like getting into GVGing is really hard. It feels like. So we decided to like make Launchpad and went to Anglia and started GVGing and started actually winning there. And everyone was happy. But yeah, then when you start winning and you start having stuff, people get like, I don't know how you call it. Like they get this gold mode, that they want more and more, and then shit starts going wrong.
Well, I know,
So
just to kind of establish some facts, you guys were in Sauce, right? And you were the GM of Launchpad.
yeah, together with Queek, Synex, and me. So we had this 3-man leadership at the start.
But you were the actual GM, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had this 3-man leadership, so we were deciding everything together, kinda, till some point.
Gotcha. So I know, like me and you had done some stuff, and I know I'd had some issues with apples. But what happened? I mean, as far as you guys leaving Sauce, and it looks like they dropped all their territories and joined Daddy, and you're no longer in Launchpad. So I mean, like, what the fuck happened?
Well, the thing was, like, we had this reset days, I think a week ago or something it was. And, like, in SAS, everyone is free to take terries. And the day after, we were dividing the terries. So, I don't know, like, we as Launchpad, we felt that I mean, it was more so Queek wanted more than actually was given to us. So, he thought it was a good idea to leave SAS and launch on our own alliance. And then he expected to get back into SAS, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a very diplomatic move.
True. So I don't know. SAS was the one, and we were okay. Like we were like confident that we could actually beat Anglia guilds by our own. Like we only needed to give up the Warcamp terries, but we were fine with that. But then I don't know. We started to actually lose terries. I think against Zorn, we lost a few times against Zorn. And I don't know, when you start losing, it goes wrong, right? So people got mad. And besides that, like when we were GVGing in Launchpad, we never got gear paid or something. Like we were paying everything from our own pockets, while one guy was taking all the stuff that was getting donated and stuff. So I don't know.
So you had somebody stealing the guild blind, is what you're saying?
I mean, he was not really stealing it, but we were not seeing anything of it yet.
Gotcha. So I guess how did that result in you leaving Launchpad and a bunch of people leaving Launchpad and them ending up in Daddy, of all places?
Well, at Sunday, I got a PM of someone that told me that Greek wanted to sell all the Anglia Terries behind our back, kinda, because he didn't like told us that he would. And when I heard that, I was like, what the fuck? Why do you want to sell all the Terries there where we fought for, you know? And at that point, I don't know, I was done with the guild, and I took everything that I invested and left, basically, together with some people.
So what are you guys' plans now that you have left the guild you founded?
Well, I'm playing in Ironborn at the moment. I just want to GVG and chill, to be honest. Like, GVGing is fun, but it gives a lot of stress, right? Especially when you're kinda like leadership-ish. You I don't know, you care more about Terry's because it's from you. So it gave a lot of stress, and I don't know, I just want to chill, play some GVGs, have fun. And I think, yeah, as you can see on the map at the moment, like Launchpad lost everything, I believe, or almost everything.
They're about to lose the last territory to McDonald's by now.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening in the guild at the moment, but I think they are pretty dead.
Yeah, I heard they were selling territories for like 5-10 million a pop to like anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a bit of a dick move, right? That you don't even ask other people in the guild what the plans are and just do your own thing. Like he basically left the alliance on his own without telling us, and I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was a little frustrated with him when we made the deal with him and he backed out on it like 5 days later, to be honest. I'm a little biased.
He kind of positioned himself in like that Launchpad is the one that is at harm and is being surrounded by everyone. I don't know how he came to that conclusion after doing all that by himself.
Well, I know, like Brave, the newbie group had a little bit of run-in with you, Luigi, and we came to an understanding, and that was that, right? So it's
Yeah, like one who's following efforts actually in your guild. Like how is your guild structured? Is he having his own GVG team? And
I mean, I was part of his GVG team. Like I made the first team with him and Cynex.
mm,
And then at some point, Blumentopf, his team joined. I think you guys play them mostly.
yeah,
Like they are good guys. They, yeah, yeah. Like they are good guys. They just want a GVG and they wanna play right. I mean, Launchpad was perfect for them. We just got people to play GVGs like from zero with no experience, and we just threw them into GVGs and they actually started winning and stuff. And I don't know, like, sorry, I lost my point, but like at some point, like when you need the alliance in this game, to be honest, like otherwise you will just lose everything. And
so you guys are in ego now. What's how's that?
I mean, it's okay. Like we just GVG from time to time, having fun playing the game.
Gotcha. Well, I know you guys, Lugsy and Juan, you guys fought quite a bit over the last like month or two, right?
I mean, I didn't fight Luxy personally. Like I was more busy with McDonald's and Arrow 404, but I think Blumentopf's team was fighting Luxy like 24/7.
we had uh 3 or 4 battles against him. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Apple's just quit the alliance without asking the guild or whatever.
Yeah,
That's kind of strange.
because of one Terry and Lockjam fan, I believe that Earthquake took or something, and then he wanted to launch on them to get the Terry.
Yeah, he asked me to cooperate against Source and join Phono and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Wow.
the thing. Like, I don't know. At some point, we of course realized, that this shit is not possible. Like leaving the alliance and then fighting everyone. So I think I was still in the guild back then. We tried to join the Broke Boys alliance, but of course they didn't want us. Like, I mean, we didn't have much to offer, right? Because they could just mess attack us and take all the terries they wanted. Yeah, as you can see now, where we first had all our terries, now it's divided between everyone, kinda.
Yeah, people just took them or bought them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there came a new guild, came in, Shalfi and his team on Alaris, but we didn't fight them yet, so let's see if they're actually gonna be able to stay in here or gonna be wiped out in like 3 days. Maybe we're
Well, I
gonna
notice,
fail as well against them.
I
Really
noticed
depends.
aggressors in the area as well.
Yeah, they bought that tower somehow. I don't know why and how. I have actually no
I think they
clue
bought
what
it.
they're doing down here.
I think they bought it from.
Crazy.
No, from Apples, I think.
That was
I
Launchpad on Ashburn.
I think
they took the Northern Territory in Ashburn Quarry on reset day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our launchpad just dropped it to them, since they are also in the Daddy Alliance now. Maybe Aggressor is gonna fight there, but I don't think so, to be honest.
Yeah, Blackout's attacking it.
Have you been to the ZVZs in Source 1?
Yeah, that is a complete disaster as well. Like every time, like I remember this, we had this Terry in Southerfell, and every time when someone of Zorn or Broke Boy showed up, we all just backed off in the Terry and just sit there. Like we didn't even try to fight you at some point because like we knew we were winning the GVGs against Zorn, right? So we were not really worried about losing the Terry, but like losing the CVC every time cost so much money for an alliance and guilds. So we didn't want to fight Zorn anymore.
Okay.
That
Like,
was
you guys were generally scared of not fighting Phono anymore, or
Yeah, I think it's still like that. I don't know if they are still showing up to CFCs.
when did you guys take the hit? Because it was actually kind of even at the start. We were trading wins and losses, kind of. I mean, we were outnumbered, but that's how stuff goes. So at some point, I don't know, Source just stopped showing up or actually fighting back.
Maybe just too costly, right?
I think it was at some point like you guys were first fighting in Blancatra, like heavily outnumbered, and we were actually winning CVCs against you guys there.
Mm.
But then at some point, I think you joined Broke Boys, and when Broke Boys was actually messing up with you guys, I think we just didn't want to fight anymore. And then also Squad came around, so we lost like 1 or 2 CVCs against Squad, and we just decided to not fight anymore.
Yeah,
For
from what
that.
I've heard, you're not your shot callers anymore because you're not in Source, but the shot callers of Source, they actually called off the Zergs the moment like Zorn and Broke Boys Zorn into Southerfell, like you said.
Yeah.
Like the guys, the people that joined the Warcamp Zerg from Source, they wanted to fight, but yeah, the shot callers just said no, we're just gonna pacify and run away.
True. And even if you attacked, it didn't matter because most of the time you are winning the Chief G's against you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
we didn't care as much about the attacks either. I don't know if you've noticed, but we were just around there for the fights, for no work.
yeah, that's why I like Zorn. Like, you guys just want content, right? You don't really care. Like, also when we joined SAUS, you guys left, I believe, because you wanted content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Isn't that just like hard to finance in terms of money at least?
Yeah, I think that's also why they stopped GVGing against Zorn and Broke Boys.
You mean finance the CVZs, the outnumbered CVZs, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if you have 4K alliance to loot, you don't run out of money. said.
All right.
Simple
All
said.
right.
You know, that's the strange stuff. I think we are one of the few guilds, if not the only one. I don't know about KFC or some or other guilds, but we actually entirely finance out of the loot we get from open world. You know, like GVGs will always be a minus for you as a guild, except if you have lots of territories, especially in Mercia, and lots of gatherers. But yeah, we were just making our money with the DVZs mostly.
I just know that June is financing the GVGs by winning GVGs because they're just like fuck teams completely.
Of course, if you loot 8.2, 8.1 or higher gear on Relics, you're gonna make a lot of money out of that if you keep on winning.
Well,
On the 6.1 side, on our side of the map, it's not like that. Also, we're not as dominant as June, for example, to win 90% of our GVGs. We just try to take the most of the fights and good fights. And
Yeah, but you guys are old school. I mean, you guys been well, at least some of your teams been GVG and going back to Mercia days, right?
yeah.
So it's not like
Pretty
you
much,
guys are like, well, obviously you helicopter dicked us in Brave, but you guys obviously know what the fuck you're doing. I mean, it's not like you're just some new guys starting out.
Yeah, of course. But if you compare nowadays to the old Mercia days, back then it was all about who had more fame and could more fame faster and could not adapt faster to the new patch meter, but actually fame up faster than you build for the patch. And especially me, I wasn't quite skilled at faming up my stuff. That's like I really hate fame farming a lot. So I was always behind whatever like Mojo or Derek, and at some point I was I think the easiest target in my team, even though I played tank. So that's the difference. And like nowadays, what we have nowadays, we have scrims, we have a lot of new ways to actually acquire fame. We have respec, we have uh,
the fame you
fame
make your own
credits. You
random
know,
dungeons is
it's
absolutely insane compared to what you had in the static dungeons.
Oh, we get
especially so
newbies from like 0 to like tier 6 in a day, like easily.
yeah. And if you have all those players that have been scrimming for more than a year now, I guess scrims have been around for a year now, I think. Um, yeah, the overall skill of the player base, especially in 5v5 content, rises by a lot. So, uh, yeah, that's why you have a lot of change, especially in comparison to back then, because new teams they can pop off out of nothing because they've been scrimming for 2 months and been unseen, and right out of nothing they just pop off on the map and just kill everyone. So
Yeah, you'll it's a much further way until you can actually have an impact on the GVG scene at this point.
yeah,
Because
you
as you
have
said, the
to.
players have become better overall. Power
Yeah,
creep pretty much by player skill at that point.
Well, and
especially.
you also have Tomes of Insight too.
Yep.
Oh, for fame, yeah, true.
I mean, you can instantly create a tier 8 tank in 10 minutes.
It takes longer than 10 minutes.
Took me about 15.
He kinda has experience in that.
Oh, I was just doing it the other day. I was leveling my guy up. I'm 150 out of 400 now.
But I mean, to be able to wear tier 8, it takes like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, to wear T8. Okay, there's a difference between saying you're a tier 8 tank and getting to wear T8. When you're a full tank, you are supposed to be like 400 in your gear. That's what makes you better than the regular tanks. If you're
Even like 50, 50, even if 100, even if you have 100, 200, so like 100 in your tier 8 and 50 in every spec, that is more than 100. I think it's more than 120 mastery, 120 IP on any item.
Yeah, it makes a significant difference at the end, and I'm just like I've decided I don't want to die in ZVZs anymore, and that I need to get my 400 out of 400. And I, like Lugsy, hate fame farming. I just
yeah, I snorted about about 1,500 tomes of insight last week.
Yeah, when I just went through all my gold. I have no more gold left. I sold it all during this up. I was like, I got to get out of this, and I got to get my tomes bought. And I think I spent too much on my tomes, but gold was at a good rate. I did okay. I still have probably another 10k gold I have to go through to get 400 out of 400 right now. It's pretty expensive at the end. It gets up there. It's ridiculous. It's not an easy
Just
people
use
say-
fame credits, man. Just use fame credits.
That's no.
I know it's such a first world problem. Just like, why don't you? I mean, tomes are great, but why don't you just use the 2-3 million fame credits you gain in like an hour or two?
Jesus. All right. Let's move on real quick. Is there anything else, Juan or Lugsy, you guys want to say before we move to the Reddit roundup with Overdose? Because Overdose kind of got called out on Reddit this week, so I definitely want to get to that.
Yeah, Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah, I gotta go in like a few minutes. So
All right. Anything you want to say
organizing the
before you go?
Warcamp, Zaruk. Not really. Give me content, everyone. Thank you.
Anything you want to say in German to your German players that are listening?
Bleibt
Ja, Jungs, heute
geschmeidig.
Warcamp, ne? In 5 Minuten sammeln wir uns auf dem Gate Island und dann machen wir ein bisschen Blue Army tot.
Oh no, it's CVC time again.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
Juan, you want
Have fun killing VA then.
You want to say anything before we get to the Reddit roundup and wrap it up?
No, it was fun. Yo, have fun, guys, with the show. And
You guys are welcome to stick around. I just want to get to the Reddit roundup.
Yeah, so we don't go into the Warcams and ZVZ time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be offline. So
yeah, same.
have a good one, guys.
All right.
Cheers. Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So now this is kind of your ball of wax here, Overdose.
Jeez, I'm not waxing my balls. Why would? Oh wait, you mean the play? Never mind.
I think Quick Swipe waxed your balls pretty good.
Yeah, and I couldn't defend myself. Like I'm literally banned from Albion Reddit, so I can't.
Do you want to go over that post first?
Yes, just throw it up on the screen real quick, if you can. Yes. All right. This needs some dissection. That's
And a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I can magnify. Just tell me what to
and a
magnify
4K
on.
screen at least.
No, I have a
ultra-wide.
4K screen. It just makes that shit blurry.
Jesus.
There we go. I got a high definition thing here.
Whatever it is, it's not high definition. Okay. All right, pretty much. There has been the accusation that I work against the moderators of Albion Online, and you can put your tinfoil away. I absolutely am. That, in fact, is totally true.
Hold on, what?
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to overthrow the fucking subreddit. Like,
Do it.
Like,
Do it.
no.
Free Overdose.
Overdose 2019. Oh wait, no, that was the other side, right?
No, don't. I don't think you can say that. I think that's against Twitch. Twitch moderation. There, you're
Oh
now
god,
going to get
this
banned.
is how we get banned from
This
Twitch.
is, you're just going to say your name. 2019. You're done.
Wow.
Jeez.
And
Alright,
there
so
goes the
let's-
monetization.
The multi-dollar empire, right?
The multi-dollar media empire.
I was almost going to pull in $150 this month, but you have to get 100 to get money. Snap!
Free Overdose. I think we all could benefit from Overdose being able to ship post on the Albion subreddit. That's just a fact. So let's.
Well, if you want to sustain severe brain damage by reading my posts, of course.
All right, so like I've been looking at this for like 2 days. I have no fucking clue what the fuck. So you'll have to explain
It
it because
needs
it
it
hurts my
it
brain.
needs it should have been chopped down a bit and needed more flowchart. But in
More
general, yeah,
flowchart.
like
Mhm.
somebody posted several copied messages from Discord to pretty much paint quick swipe in a very racist light.
I
So,
heard
so
that's wrong.
so he started. Let's see. So it looks like there was a post on Reddit about how he's racist, and there's this like, I guess scraper or bot or something.
Oh yes, yes, that is a
That'd be this.
screenshot
That'd
of
be this one right here.
yeah, that is a screenshot of a Discord scraper, relay, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much just copying one channel into another. Yes, it's
So this was posted, shit posting quick swipe, and then he turned around and posted some elaborate conspiracy that you're heading up.
yes, that I'm pretty much using alt accounts to circumvent my ban, but which is pretty much the right part. Like the bottom right part is where that. No,
Wait,
the
you're
top
saying
right
this is
part.
correct?
Hmm?
You're saying this is correct?
No, I
You
don't
said the
do
right
alt
part.
accounts. If I do
You
alt
just said
accounts,
this is the right part.
I
No, I
could
think
also
he was
say this is
referring
the
to the
Reich
bottom.
part.
I think he was talking about the bottom right
I
of
was,
the image.
I was talking about the geographical right.
Okay.
So this is the eastern part.
Okay, so we're in the southeast now, right?
Yeah, don't
Yes,
remember
what you have
when
to
your
do,
map
you have to go.
controls, guys. Don't tell people to go right. It's like I hate that. I'm playing like some Battlefield or something like that, and people are like, to our right, to our right. I'm like, what right?
The one that is not on your left, I guess.
So
But yeah,
go ahead.
He connected me and artillery to the Albion News subreddit that I threw up in frustration when I got banned of the normal Albion Online subreddit.
Wait, how many forums are you banned from?
2 actually. I'm only banned from 2 forums.
Albion and Albion Online.
No, Albion Online and World of Warcraft.
Holy fucking shit. How the fuck do you get banned from World of Warcraft, dude?
Well, I called somebody an idiot, got a 3-day ban, and then told the mod straight up that they should get off my balls, and then there was my ban.
Get off my balls, mod.
I do want to point out.
Trying to be edgy here, please.
I do want to point out that
I'm calling somebody an idiot in the most mean way I can.
I do want to point out that you're not banned from one of the most toxic subreddits ever to exist on Reddit.
Are we talking about the Star Citizen one? Oh, I think I'm muted on that one too.
No. It's about the RE.
It's not a vulture, it's a venture. Jesus Christ.
That was an epic shit post. Anyways,
Oh God.
Okay, so you got connected. You got connected here. We got to get through this.
Yeah, I got connected to Arthur Lee, because
But
he
Arthur Lee is
also,
not you, right?
No, he's not me. Like, as you pointed out, his English is too good. I'm still mad about that, though. We'll speak about that later, old man.
Jesus Christ. Okay, can we try to get through this quick?
You only
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
an
So
old man because you haven't gotten there yet.
If I do multi-accounting, I do it in the most obvious way possible. And if you follow the subreddit in the future, you will see what I mean by that. It's not overlookable by any means.
So he connects. So there's a shit post. There's a shit post by Arthur Lee on Reddit with some log leaks of quick swipe being racist, I guess. And then
Yes.
Why?
yeah, that's another good question. And then
then he posted it on our gaming, which was pretty much the
Really?
bigger deal, I guess. Yes, it got posted on our gaming later, which is where I jumped on it because I finally could shitpost on it. And
There's layers to this story we are not aware of.
yes,
Well, Quick
and
Swipe.
layers of
I think
guilt.
Quick Swipe uncovered a massive conspiracy here. So let's get into
yes,
this.
yes.
Wait,
So
Quick Swipe has won.
I shit posted on the I shit posted about my frustration from being banned on the Albion subreddit, that they banned me for something similar, for posting something similar, and that they'll probably ban Utterly too. So I guess that was pretty much all that was the case.
No, I think Arthurly scratched out the. Yeah, he scratched out the.
Oh
bad
yeah,
language.
I did not scratch out the N word.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that was probably
So we need to get to this whole thing about how you're trying to Game of Thrones the subreddit mods.
yes. I'm totally gonna I'm just a humble firewood salesman, right?
Oh, he's out. Yeah.
Are you saying winter is coming?
No. It's autumn still, but winter's coming every year. I heard. Well, until climate change, But winter's still coming for a few years.
Okay, so I like how can you wrap this shit up, because I don't fucking
Yes,
get
I
this
can.
fucking flowchart at all. Like, it doesn't make no sense.
So pretty much
It's a whole level of autism I don't understand.
a guy shit posted Quick Swipe about being racist. Put it on our gaming. I shit posted on the our gaming shit post because I couldn't shit post on the Albion Online shit post, and that made it look, I guess, like if I wanted to overthrow the mods, which probably I would if I could, just for the lulz, but I can't.
So I think his tie here is that there was a post like a couple months ago to have Elsa step down as community manager and be replaced by somebody who actually cares about the community, and Arthurly post.
Oh, that's
It is kind
Yeah,
of
and
the
pretty much
subreddit.
me wanting the same thing jokingly in the our gaming post,
Okay.
or
so
implying something similar.
Where's that one?
I don't know. Let me scroll down. That's what his accusation is. I don't exactly know what I posted. Let me see. My two comments were, if my internet works. Our gaming. That's the one. Contact.
My brain is just not absorbing this.
I snarly replied to some about this not being racist, but yeah, my comment was that isn't even the worst part. I mean, sure this is wrong, even if it's used in a playful manner. Racism is wrong, which is the case. Sorry that you can't use that word, but people in the past used it while describing fucking other people as property, which makes still sense. The worst fucking part is when I posted shit like this, calling people out on racism, and even fucking RMT, I got banned from the sub. I wonder if that post stays up because mods constantly ban shit during EU time zone that is about racism in or around the game. According by them, you promote racism by making it public and calling people out on it funking. So that was pretty much me trying to knife Elsa in the chest, I guess.
Okay, so
According to
anyways,
the sheet post.
are you overthrowing the Albion?
Totally.
Okay, now let's
Totally.
move on.
I'm lighting my my pike on fire as we speak.
Okay,
A pitchfork.
so there's no um, so there's no other. Okay, let's move on.
Like, no.
My brain
don't
is
try
hurting, dude.
I don't try to cut power from anybody.
Okay. Anyways, we had the drama oops shitpost. So that was proven to be bullshit. Then we had this ego shitpost. Um, let's see here.
Oh, the one where I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, like they called like where Tortha pretty much was like fuck this game when GBGs are gone.
All right, and then we had the quick swipe, the original quick swipe post here that you were referring to, and then we had the Brave Newbies shit post.
Oh yeah, fucking Flippy doing God's work.
It actually is the top of the subreddit at the moment. All right, so is there anything else? Because I think Reddit was actually pretty fucking boring. Besides quick swipes, amazing autism.
It still needs more flowchart. I don't know. There was nothing really else.
All right, anything on your end, Shozen?
On Reddit? No.
I mean, as far as news or propaganda or anything you've heard.
I heard that CAR got taken off the map.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I mean, that's to me the biggest news of the week. And no matter how anybody feels about them, they have been a long member of the Black Zone community, really, and they had dominated the world at one point. It was very significant, and now that empire is gone. It's to me is the same level of significance if Oops had eventually gotten wiped off the map, but it's so quiet now. It's such like it's out with a
Whimper, not a bang.
The weakest little whimper. Like I don't think anybody hears it. Like there's no like I heard that there's even drama inside Sierra, but nobody cares. Nobody's listening. It's like, yeah, and you didn't even show up to your home plot. What? Who cares? So I don't know. It's sad. It's a sad day in Albion.
Yeah.
Was that our moment of silence for CIR? Was that what that was? That
Yes.
dead air was like
We
a
don't-
Effing chat for CIR.
impromptu, like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, I had my falling out with some people in CIR, but it is kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah,
line breaks don't work. I made a beautiful F out of Fs.
an FFFs. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
the F-iest of Fs. Just
Continue,
imagine it.
So you've been pretty busy,
I'm seeing it
Overdose.
in my head.
You've been pretty busy with Brave Newbies. Do you want to talk about that at all before we wrap up?
Oh yeah, they're coming along pretty well. Like they are already starting to teach themselves. Pretty
Good teaching themselves.
Well, they're
Yes.
they're
Next
shit
Master
posting.
Fire.
They're shit
They're
posting
shit
themselves.
posting. Yeah. Oh well. I just came online this morning was like, what the fuck did Flippy do? I was like, okay. Oh, it's a top post, holy shit. But yeah, that's what they do all fucking day is dungeons, ganking, getting ganked.
That's what this game is about, right? That's
Yeah.
how they do this.
Well, I'm kind of impressed. I mean, they're running around killing people, being killed. Just it's
Yeah.
it's good to see.
They're getting along well. They're at the moment the spearhead, like the first ones that we recruited are with us now, I think a month or more. 5
Has
weeks
it been
probably.
a fucking over a month already? Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
I'm pretty sure. Let me see. 1 month, 5 days has it been. So our first recruits are with us for pretty much more than a month, and they are right now getting towards or already are involved in crafting. So they're reaching the next stage of Albion play. They're starting to make money with their money. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think we're about done here. Does anybody want to give any shout outs or
Well,
anything?
besides to our newbies, no, me not. I'm done. The newbies are doing a great job. Thanks.
I want to give a shout out
Right.
to Quick Swipe and his autism, and we are definitely recruiting writers, editors, graphic people at Albion News. So if anybody wants to write content, do videos, that type of stuff, we're definitely looking for people. Shozen, you got anything?
Shout out wise?
Yeah.
Not really. I guess you can come check me out Monday through Friday.
Oh
18
yes,
UTC.
Albion TV with Shozen and Bogle. Yep.
Yeah. I guess I could give a shout out to whoever I bought all those tomes off. I'm sure you're feeling much wealthier now. That long-term investment has finally paid off.
Hmm.
The gold price has been pretty awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to that gold sale. That's good for us cardcore players.
Whales is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, I don't think of myself as a whale. I think of myself as just cardcore. I'm not
All
hardcore.
whales are
I'm not going to grind for 8 hours, but I will look at like 2 hours of work and go, yeah, cha-ching.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, that's what this type of game is about, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
The
whatever.
option
It's
to
like
either
going
invest time or money.
to me, it's like going to the arcade, man. How much am I going to fucking spend at the arcade now? I went to a fair this weekend. 3 kids. It was $250 at the fair.
Yep. No, kids are
Yeah.
fucking expensive. Jesus Christ.
I heard they're a million from start to finish, pretty much.
Yeah, I
of
think
them.
it's like
So
300.
far,
Yeah, you be
my kid has expensive taste.
you could be a millionaire and still be fucking broke.
Easy.
Jesus.
The people without kids are not fucking laughing right now.
They don't get it. I don't understand. Like this is truth. Like, oh my god, you know what? Like say you have a kid who needs something. I don't know, anything at all. Anything at all. That nobody else is
That
going to pay
kid
for
gets
that.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't go to the store and shop for the kids and get out with less than a couple $100. Easy.
You need
Also, those toys are expensive.
And they break as soon as the warranty or.
my kid hasn't grown, so he still wears those baby Nikes that are like $4,000 a pair. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
What?
Okay, they're $250 baby Nikes.
Still, like, why did?
I don't know. I don't know who would buy their kids that nonsense. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Baby Nikes for like
They wear that shit for like 3 months, don't they?
for 3 months. If you're lucky, yeah. If you cut their toes, if you like, what is that thing with the
Cut their
the
toes.
binding? You make them like little feeted, like Princess Little Feet. They're tiny feet. Is she tiny feet? I don't know.
Oh my god, yeah, we're devolving here.
Can we get out? This show's falling
All right.
apart. Do we even have anybody
guys.
watching still?
Goodbye. We
No,
have
I
to
think
close
everybody
the
stopped
stream now.
watching us. All right, guys.
They're like, what is this bullshit?
So the new time is 60. We're doing 1600 to 1800 because 1800 to 2000 was a lot harder for people to actually show up. So because of
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
the
usually would-
GVG.
yeah,
It would pretty much, yeah.
So 1600 to 1800 is the new time, guys. Every Sunday. So I hope to see you guys next week. Cheers.
All right.